It's on. What's up, YouTube? So, info in the description. I know y'all all in love with her and stuff. It's okay. No, so how do you feel about overstimulation? I guess too, like I think in a lot of ways we're getting overstimulated in society,
With
in
the
relationships.
phones, the TV, everything. It all comes down to like distracting. They're all distractions from like that inner voice and inner self. I feel like people can get uncomfortable with like stillness,
Yeah,
which like comes from like because they don't know how to breathe either, so they don't really know how to be still.
yeah, definitely. And people, I know a lot of people. I mean, the anxiety, the sugar, I guess, has a lot of people shot out because the sugar it be coursing through people's veins, and they're dealing with the constant,
All the soda, all the sweets.
constantly spiking the blood sugar. I feel like we overstimulated in so many every sense, whether it's touch or taste or smell. It's like it's constant overstimulation and like.
Because they want, and it's weird because they want to feel something, but like none of this stuff is actually like anything that's gonna make you feel.
Yeah, it's crazy how the focus of life is like food, sex, and sleep, and people don't get any of those things correctly. I feel they don't utilize that to the fullest potential. They're not getting
anything from it. They're just doing it.
Yeah.
They're just wasting time, really.
Yeah.
They're like, well, we have all this time, which is a good thing to do anything really, but we're gonna do these things to slow ourselves down.
Yeah, no, definitely. I see that all the time, and people like. It's just, I guess it's a self-sabotage thing, fear of success thing, but I feel like that the world over is pretty overstimulated in every way, shape, or form. So you're dealing with a crazy level of numbness with people. So like, I guess it just tests your compassion. Like the more conscious you become, it's like, okay, I gotta be conscious for these people, kind of. Like, I gotta
because it just happens naturally too.
Yeah.
Like you're naturally there, then you
Yeah.
see someone else, and like you're naturally there for them as well, but they're still like all over the place, bouncing wall to wall, even if it's mentally. Like they don't even have to say anything. You just like know where they're at, kind of.
Yeah, no, definitely. So how do you feel about like being in like close quarters, or like if you lived in like an apartment building with a bunch of people that's a certain way, or like an area that's a certain way, like I don't know, would you rather live in the city, suburbs, or the country?
The country, like
Okay.
or like a cabin in the woods or something. Like I like to be away from all that energy. It's just a lot. Because I just feel like you're constantly taking everything in. Like even if you're like pretty grounded yourself and like protected mentally and all that stuff, like it's still a lot to handle, and it's just not my cup of tea. Like
Yeah.
not gonna find people I resonate with really. Like I always learn from people, even like however they're living their lives. Like I see some part I've been, even if it was like a long time ago.
Yeah, it's all mirrors.
Yeah.
It's nice reminders, I guess. Like
Yeah.
you see people eating some garbage, and you're like, thank you for letting me know.
I know why I don't do that.
Yeah, how far I've come. You let me know. Yeah. And so, do you like sleeping alone, or are you a cuddler?
Like a little bit of both, but like
Little column A, little column B.
like, but like I like my dreams alone though. Like I don't dream well when I'm like with another person. I don't get the message as clear. I feel like it's like merging a little bit.
It's like having a TV on, kind of.
Yeah, and it's like space is nice. You know what I mean? Like ideally, if I would ever live with like a significant other, like let's have our own rooms. Like
Yeah, exactly. You know, I totally endorse that sentiment. I feel like space is everything. You know, the way, because then you can return to things and they still feel full.
Yeah, and it'll be like even better, really, because like you don't want to become like codependent on anything, and like when you're like touching someone all the time, like you're imprinting on them. Chemicals are releasing regardless.
Definitely.
And it's just. I don't want someone attached to me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be attached to them.
Yeah, exactly. Especially with something as like as direct and divine as a dream. It's like a tailor-made message for you, kind of. You know, even in like polyamorous and polygamous societies around the world, they not sharing quarters when they sleep. You know what I mean? Like you might live around each other and work in different ways, but even still, if you got 7 husbands or 7 wives, like everybody sleeps separate. Like, you know, just because you got to reset.
You need that space.
Yeah.
Like At the end of the day, it is you. Like, you're still connected with everything, but like you need space for you. And I feel like dreams, like the subconscious, it's a really like a big thing, that connection to really know what's going on.
Yeah.
So
Definitely.
Just really don't want anyone's signals there.
Yeah, especially somebody really dense, or like, you know,
Yeah.
you sharing your living quarters with somebody that has a lot of parasites. It's kind of, you know, that's tough. That's
Can't
tough.
do it, honestly.
Yeah.
Like, I've tried.
Yeah.
It doesn't. You think it can work, you want it to, but it doesn't really.
So what gives you like your will to live, or what is like your greatest? I've heard people say things like, you know, the will to live is like the greatest expression of love and stuff like that. So what is like what gives you like your will to live? Is it family? Is it like you have a cause or anything like that? Like that is your purpose maybe?
I mean, like a universal love, really, I guess. I feel like love is like the driving force of most things, which is just like intertwined, like passion and all like those things. So really just a universal love. Like I want everyone to be good.
Yeah.
I want,
it's nothing you should have to fight for.
Yeah. Like I don't want people struggling, or like when I growing up, I was like, I want to save the world. Like it made me so sad that like terrible shit was just happening to everybody. But then I was like, okay, it's not my job to save the world like that.
Yeah, assuming everybody's weight in a sense, taking everybody's weight.
Like so we live together, and really just like doing your own thing. Being your own expression of love really is what helps other people, because like people contact me all the time, they're just like, thank you for being you, and I'm just like, all right, that's it. Like
yeah, definitely, thanks for existing. I'm glad you were
that's all you got to do,
that placeholder in the universe. Being this beacon. So what, you got any goals, or matter of fact, do you have any like, what is your greatest fear? You can give me goals and fears, I guess.
Greatest fear, I don't really have many. I try not to fear much anymore, like, or be scared of anything. Really, it's just like turning my back on myself, like, because I know I've done that previously, or that's how I was living with my life. So I'm just like, don't do that, because like there's temptations everywhere where it's just like trying to pull you back in. But it's like I'm just too self-aware. At this point.
Yeah, it's like you keep testing yourself almost, like
it's like not even fun to die that way.
Yeah, right. That's a good way to put it. Because everybody's picking their poison in a sense. So, was there anybody in particular that showed you how to love, or what love was, or anything like that? Or maybe even if they're not like somebody that you personally met, they could be dead, you know, inspiration in that way.
Damn. I mean, I correlate like love with light, even though I know there's like darkness that comes with anything, but just like you know, like baby's pure state, like that's always like a good representation of just like unconditional, like
that's like kind of like the measuring stick. Right there, I guess. That's the closest we can get to physical like embodiment of like purity, I guess,
to where you're not thinking about it, because it's not something you should think about.
Yeah, I guess things that bring you back to your truest nature, whatever they are, whoever they are. It's kind of like love is so boundless in itself that it's not like, I guess.
It's just it's hard to even describe really. Like the word love is such a like.
It's kind of like the Tao. It's like one of the things you just like it's
you just gotta be it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, what is your greatest tool for staying on the path?
I think it's I mean, just having your little practices that like keep you centered. So, you know, like meditation or like yoga. Yoga is really like just stretching in general, moving your body.
Circulate that light, get that blood moving.
To, you know, have it flowing, because everything is supposed to flow, energy is supposed to move, like so is your body.
So moving the body.
Yeah,
definitely.
Pretty much.
That keeps all the organs in alignment, kind of to where you're like, all right, I'm not hungry. I was just
bored.
Yeah, something didn't get air for a moment.
I was looking for something.
Yeah. So, you have any recent miracles, or any miracles maybe in this year, or any miracles in general you might want to speak on?
Really just like mental health wise, like from changing my diet, it was just a total like just, I was like amazed. I was like, wow, because you see, like you hear about it and like you read about it, but you really don't know until it's like happening to you.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone has their dark times or whatever, but like, which is still just showing you where you're a little off track in a bit, I feel like. But it's hard for me to get to that point, and I used to think I'd never get away from that. So like that's, you know, I see people so sad. I'm just like, I know you can do it.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
I used to think the same thing.
Yeah.
Like I came out the womb depressed. It was
Yeah.
it was a depressing womb.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. Yeah, you don't want. It's like, man, I know the questions in that echelon. I don't want to keep asking those questions for the rest of my life.
Like you gotta do something for yourself. So it was just like really just seeing like how you are boundless and like limitless, and like you don't have to stay in a box.
Yeah.
You don't have to be the same. You don't have to be scared.
Definitely.
And just like that's really it.
Yeah. So where do you see the world in 20 years?
I mean, well, I feel like a lot can happen in 20 years. Like a lot can happen in 6 months.
Shit, 2 days, right? 20 days, it could be. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
2 days, like
Yeah.
it's every day feels like eternity for me. Like
At this point, the evolution has been so rapid. It's like not frightening, but definitely like compelling.
Like something's happening.
Yeah.
And like even though there's still the zombies and like that, like I forget life's like that though too, unless I'm like out there.
Yeah.
I'm like forced to pay attention to it because I just don't think or view life that way.
Yeah.
So
it's like when you go into like your own personal red light districts, people pop up from the red light district. Like, okay, I went to zombie mode. You know, I'm trying to salvage maybe whatever might be here and bring it up and refine it. Maybe, I guess.
I feel like it can be. I don't know, because there's still the people leading the zombies. You know, it could all be very robotic and like the phones on a whole different level.
Transhumanism, man.
Yeah, like all that, like.
Merging with machine. I think it would always balance out. You're gonna have people going merging with machine, merging with nature.
Yeah.
And then the yin and yang forces will express themselves in various ways.
I'm always like, if the world has to end, where like Earth just like kills itself, you know what I mean, to wipe everyone out. If that's how it has to be, then that's how it has to be. But hopefully, like I think enough people are raising consciousness enough to like be prepared or like ready for whatever the next step is.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like people will definitely get in touch with their superpowers and the supernatural more and more as people get in touch with greater levels of destruction.
Yeah.
You know,
because you can't have one without the other.
Yeah, definitely. So, what are you got any personal superpowers?
Personal superpowers.
I mean, outside of aesthetics.
That's the one that gets them.
I was gonna say, people. I mean, so do people get lost in it? I find that all the time. People like, whether it be me or my sister or yourself or somebody like that. It's like I see they are listening to you talk, but they're just looking at you.
Yeah.
It's like they're just looking at. They're not really in taking it in though.
That's why I take breaks from social media. Honestly, like.
Yeah, you be disappearing.
Which I guess is even a downfall because it's like, what am I hiding from really? But
that's fun.
Because you just know, really. Because for a little bit, I can be like, oh, okay, this is fun. But you can tell they're not really like getting deeper than that, and it's always deeper than that for me. Because I'm like, there's meaning here. And that's why it's just like, that's why social media is hard for me. I know I can like use it to my advantage to get the message across, but also like at the same time, people like, you post a selfie, that's really what they care about, most of them. But then there's the few that are there for like the message. So you just gotta use it. Use what you got, I guess. It's pretty sad though.
Yeah, flex on yourself. That's just the way that people are receiving information right now.
Yeah.
So,
some people just can't see past that.
Yeah, it's like Trojan horses almost. Like you going and being like an undercover brother almost in a sense. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's like you feeding people crap, but with something in it. I don't know.
Right. So it's like, okay, keep looking at me. I'm subtly programming your subconscious.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because I mean, I feel like we learning from the best in a sense. The people that wake up learned like, wow, my subconscious was berated and attacked constantly. If I start making subtle changes, I can do the same thing as a McDonald's or whoever. Like,
It really feels like that. Then you're
Yeah.
just like this powerful being, really.
Yeah.
Like, in all matrix wise, like you've gotten that, you've hijacked that, and outside of it. So it's just like you work with both.
Yeah, definitely. So you got a favorite book or favorite movie or favorite song? Anything you want to tell these people that's like your favorite thing?
Ooh, that's so hard because like I'm a Gemini.
Yeah.
So it
Nothing's
changes.
my favorite, but everything's my favorite.
That's really how it is.
Yeah.
Movie, I'd say, The Matrix is a good one. To, get the basics of what's
It's a
going
good
on.
documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, and just like having a
I was about to say, I know it's a lot, probably. It's too much, probably. It's too
really,
many books.
there's a
It's too
lot
many
out
books.
there that's good.
Because people ask me about books all the time. I have a few that I boiled it down to.
Siddhartha, that was like
Yeah.
a good one.
Yeah. But you probably, I don't know, I've read hundreds of books to the point where like I'll be back and forth from a used bookstore exchanging to where like I don't remember the names of any of these.
That's the thing, yeah, because it's like, and that's what, like, I can't even remember lyrics that well either, because I'm more of like, just how it makes me feel is what I take with me.
See, I guess I'm a little more autistic. And lyrics, like, I think it's funny how the way I compute shit. It's just, different strokes there. Like, I don't know.
People are really good with that.
Yeah.
Like, my brother, too, he gets the lyrics down, too, and, like, it does something, but it's like, I try, it just doesn't.
But the vibe is everything, though, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, you gotta have a vibe. Like, people can have lyrical prowess, and then their vibe is just
way off.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, definitely.
if it makes you feel something, that's a good thing, then.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
Truly, yeah. Yeah. So you got, I don't know, man, I know I hit you with a gang of questions. I don't know if you have any for me or anything that you want to say. I know people that are in the know don't really like that. I don't have nothing to say. I'm living the example. What?
Yeah, that's really how, like,
Yeah.
that's why conversations are hard sometimes, because there are a lot of questions, like, I don't even know how to answer.
Yeah.
Because,
This should be understood.
yeah.
I don't like words, really. I'm speaking in silence.
All these words are made up.
I'm past telepathy. We speak in silence. Yeah, I don't know. So 2020 Tantra on Amazon. I don't know. Do you have nothing? I don't know if you have anything you wanted to say. Anything? Maybe somebody that you feel like they should go check out online, anything like that?
But
Okay.
you already, if you're watching
Yeah,
this,
you already made
then you're in the right spot.
Yeah, okay, all right. Hit you with the emoji in real life. You know? But yeah, it's okay. So I guess that's about it, man. Unless you anything else.
I think that's it, man.
Yeah, I feel like it was quality.
Yeah.
Info in the description.
Anything else is just
Extra, right?
repeating.
Yeah, don't want to be redundant. You know what I mean? Quality over quantity.
Yeah. You get it.
Boom. That joint was cool, man.